Adventurers make plans. Worlds deal with the fallout. The folks at Good Plans, Bad Dice present a new live play podcast using the Dungeons & Dragons 2024 5e rules. We blend chaos, sincerity, dark moments, and inclusive storytelling. Welcome to the world of Good Plans, Bad Dice.
Previously on Fractured Fables, the party successfully broke into Professor Shortson's office, defeated the hidden security, and completed their mission. Just, very loudly. Everett proved that every room has a center, apparently, and uncovered a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards, securing Leland's notes. Meanwhile, City decided subtlety was overrated and pulled out the bag of holding, grabbing anything not nailed down. And possibly a few things that were. Charlie found a promised new sword to complement her dagger skills, but the sword had other plans and chose Everett, snapping Charlie's staff in the process, before it mysteriously fixed itself like nothing happened. No questions asked. Totally normal. On lookout, Ami heard security closing in and spotted the party's escape route. A trash chute. Because of course. Cue the chaos. Diving, sliding and sprinting for their lives, with Everett casually using Leland's own hand to seal the hidden door behind them. Back on campus, the party bolts for the streets, summons Morty, and escapes through the lower city smuggling tunnels to the safety of the magic shop, where they are greeted with a full wardrobe for Ami's upcoming dinner, Astrid, a familiar face, and one very confusing new arrival. So now the question is, can the party prepare for a formal dinner without starting a fight? Or is this just the calm before another disaster? Find out this episode of Fractured Fables.
Going to start us off, as I often tend to do, inside of a magic shop with a group of women. A group of 4 women in a party together that have been in therapy for 5 years and somehow succeeded in never once having an actual fucking conversation with one another. I would like you all to know that. That blows my mind every session, as I figured the mistake I made was thinking that a party had known each other for 5 years would know each other. No. So if you ever start a party in D&D and they meet in a tavern, same energy, folks. Unimportant. We have 4 women who just came out of a cellar. We have 3 women, 2 that you know, 1 you know very well, 1 you are questioning how well you know her and how she knows Vaulty. And the 3rd you do not know, but she does feel like a bit of an intimidating force. We also have 1 Morty in here who is a ghost that looks a lot like Tim Curry, in case anybody forgets. And we have Sir Wentworth Biggleton III, who is Astrid's familiar, that is a screech owl. He isn't doing anything but glaring, because that is all he ever does, is he glares at everyone, because screech owls do not have a face that is not judgmental, and at heart I might be a screech owl. So all of this is happening. You have kind of met everyone. Athena has basically sauntered her way to you, because I can't imagine any other way to describe her walk. I feel like I'm thinking every single Bond villainous woman, or even good woman, like they walk in a way like they can hold a martini, and even though they're doing like the hip sway model walk, which every person who's done that knows in heels, like you're going to spill that martini, they never spill a drop. This is her, basically. So she has introduced herself, is very happy to see you all. Astrid has let you all know that behind her in an area of the magic shop somehow is now wardrobes. It's not just 1 or 2 dresses that was made, that you all now have wardrobes to choose from, because while you were all at a college and a fight, she, Granny Tia, and evidently Athena and Sir Wentworth Biggleton III were sewing. And so they kind of all smile at you, and Astrid just kind of smiles really big and says, "So you all made it. I'm real proud of you. Did you get rid of your present, or did you keep it? I can't remember."
Everett had it. I did have it.
Huh?
She probably dropped it, so it's probably at the college.
Well, she closed the door with it and then went down the shit chute. We never established if you dropped it or not. So this is a fully, did Everett drop it and run, or did Everett leave it? This is only you can make this decision.
Because I said that she put the book in her armor and then went down like this. So I feel like she probably slapped it and then just like threw it.
slapped it, threw it, and ran. Perfect. All right. Astrid is just going to kind of smile and go, well, you needed to get rid of it. I guess that was one way. I had some other plans we could have done that would have been less maybe evident, but that's all right. We do what we need to do and we move forward. And I think that's a beautiful thing in life is we just keep on keeping on, right? Okay. Now, did you find what you were looking for?
We did.
Wonderful. Do you ladies need a few minutes to discuss what you found, or are you trying to just put on outfits? I don't know what y'all want to do, and I can't read your minds, which is probably for the best, because all four of you done look like you went to one of them college parties where people lose their togas halfway through the night, and then you don't know how you ended up in a hot tub because you had one too many of those little Mai Tai drinks they put in those little Buddha belly things that you had. A little too much Coco Lopez in there, and then the next thing you know, you woke up and you're in a desert, and you've been hanging out with a group of druids and maybe doing ayahuasca for the past few weeks.
Is this by chance personal experience?
Specific.
Yeah, honey. Why would I say that if I hadn't done it before?
I don't know.
I know what that looks like.
I've never heard of something like that. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Above table.
You really?
Sorry. What was the plan with Leland and Liam? Like, did they say once you get this, we'll meet up, or was that discussed?
Has Liam ever once told anyone what the plans are in life? Leland said get away from Glinda before she woke up. Leland said get this done. Liam said get this done. City's been lightly in contact with Liam. City's holding up really well. So right. I know what the plan is. Do you as players? No, you don't know what the plan is.
Okay,
yet.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing something as a player. Okay, so then Everett will say, give me one moment, and then she will try and get as far away from Athena as she can and call Liam.
Perfect. I think Athena just pulls out, like we talked about before, like one of those Audrey Hepburn style, like long filters and like whatever type cigarette thing we have in there, and just kind of lights it right in the shop and is just like leaning against the cash register counter. Does she have a martini in hand? You're damn right she does. And does she have this now? She does. And she just kind of starts smoking it and just kind of sits there. And where are you going? Are you telling the party? You're just saying, give me a minute and walking away?
I think she'll pull out her sending stone and like gesture like I'm going to make a call, hoping that they will understand who she's going to call and then step away.
Perfect. Excellent. So Everett's going to step away. What are the other three of you doing? Astrid's smiling, very happy. Granny T is over back kind of where like the sewing machines were and probably messing with some food setup and stuff like that. No one's very far away. We're in the magic shop. Charlie, you don't have any idea how they have made all this room for this inside your magic shop, because this is not a huge, huge place, yet they somehow have made room for all of this.
Yeah, I think Charlie would just be like, just staring at this woman who's smoking in her shop and drinking, like, what the fuck does she think she is? You know, like, okay. I don't think she would.
She stares right back at you,
but just like yeah.
What type of stare are we doing here? What type of stare off are we having? I would like to know in advance.
I mean, I think it is more curiosity, but also like, because Astrid said it was her mistress, I think it is curiosity, because she's like, this is the person who sent this crazy druid to us who we just met, and are like, what the fuck is happening? So I think she would stare, and then she would just be like, so you're Astrid's mistress. I mean, like, she told us somewhat about you, but not a lot.
Oh, right, darling. She would have a hard time remembering many things about me. That's one of Astrid's downfalls. Not to shame her at all. She's quite aware. She just has a bit of a difficult time remembering people or things, hence the notes.
Actually, Charlie, I don't think it's really appropriate to ask about a couple's relationship like this. I think if they want to reveal how, they became, mistresses together, then that would just, because obviously Ami isn't like really aware of she hears mistress.
Do you know what a mistress is, darling?
Yeah, it's when two adults really like each other, but maybe have somebody else on the side and to help them with stuff of a physical nature.
All right, I think there's more than one type of mistress. I think this is more like the magical kind, or like someone she's indebted to, not that what you're thinking.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. That's my that's on me. I do apologize. While you guys are chatting about that, is there somewhere, Charlie, that I could kind of wash up? I'd like to kind of get started on, because we've been through the muck.
I mean, yeah. Why don't you go upstairs and you can use my bedroom, and there's a washroom up there too.
Great, thank you very much.
If I may, I actually have some stuff set up upstairs for you, and it's real strange. While you were gone, I actually found something for you too, Ami, that I think you'll like. So I can help you. I'm not going to help you in the bath, because evidently you'll get some weird idea that somehow I'm indebted to you or something like that. And also, most of the time, the type of mistress I think that you're thinking about is like when there's a couple together and one of them has someone on the side. There's that type of mistress. And then there's also the type of mistress that you can go to if you're looking for something a little bit rougher sometimes. A lot of times money's exchanged in that, but it's not of a sexual nature. My mistress is just what I call her because of the position that she holds in the court. That's why I call her that. I'm not indebted to her, though.
Okay.
She's just kind of like the person that I work for. She's like my boss.
Okay, yeah. I get it. I understand completely now. I apologize for any silliness on my end. I really didn't mean to infer anything. It's been a long day.
No, you didn't offend me at all. I just thought you needed clarification, because sometimes people need that. But if you're coming with me, I can show you. I made a bubble bath. It has flowers in it and it smells really nice. So I can show that to you, and I have something to give you. So if you'll come with me, and she just kind of like offers her hand.
I'll go and she'll take it. She's ready to go.
And she'll kind of start. Yeah, she'll lead you upstairs, and you've been up here before. We're going to jump back to the others in just like a half a second, but it is a little strange. You haven't been up here since anything happened, but everything looks exactly like the last time you saw it, except the only thing is there's kind of like a little curtain type thing closed in front of where Volty's room was. It looks really nice and pretty, and there's like flowers that have been put around it as like a little morning area. That's the only thing that looks different. And she's just going to be like, all right, honey, so we're just going to go this way. And she'll kind of take you past there, which you haven't been, and past the little kitchen area, and you'll turn to the right. And you see like Charlie's bedroom. And then across from it, she opens a door, and there's this like really nice bathroom. And it has like a kind of one of those clawfoot tubs that just has like flowers floating on tops and little bubbles. And there's like different various soaps and conditioners and shampoos and stuff and towels and everything. And she's like, when you're done with this, you just let me know. And then that way I can come up, I can clean it out, I can get rid of the water, and I can remake it for the next person who needs a bath. So please take your time, but also don't take too long, because there's only so many baths in here, and it might be rude if other folks don't get baths. And I don't think that you want Miss City and then Everett and Charlie all getting in the bath with you. I mean, the four of you might like that, but it's not big enough for four people. This is like a one-person bath for comfort. Maybe two.
No, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I left the thing for you over there on that little stool table by the bathtub. And then she's just going to turn and walk out and close the door. And just kind of hear her humming and skipping down the stairs.
Going to turn and look at the bath, and then see the little stool table sitting next to the bath. What does she see?
It is a little package. About yay big. Just like a little box.
So, of course, Ami wants to open that up before she gets in the bath.
Like it. This is wrapped so incredibly beautifully. You have a feeling that whoever wrapped this is someone who has wrapped many a presents. It is wrapped in like this kind of, I forget what they're called, but it's like paper mache, but it's like when you press flowers into paper and you kind of, there's a name for it. Like it's wrapped in that. It smells really nice. There's a bow on it. You can easily unwrap it. And I'm assuming you do.
Yes, I take very good care into unwrapping it because this is very precious for her.
Okay, wonderful. There is, as you kind of pick it up, you do notice a little note below it. And the note, or do you want to read the note first really quick?
Yes.
Okay. The note's very simple. It's just on a folded piece of paper. And it just says, Ami, this wasn't wrapped when I found it, but I thought you might like it if it was wrapped. And so I just wrapped it up for you real quick because I thought that it was something you'd want to keep on to. And inside you find two, I'm not going to say these are expertly crocheted because they are not in any way, shape, or form, but you find a tiny little crocheted green goblin, which is like a little bitty mohawk that has like a little work of hair that's a different color in there. That's more kind of like a blue color, holding hands with a bigger kind of bluish little figure. And that has like a little bit of a different color in there. Don't do that face. You stop that now. And then it's just, there's no note, there's nothing there. It's just two little things that I'm sure you could kind of guess. Vaulty had said that she'd been working on learning to crochet and she wasn't that great at it. So like I said, it's not the level where someone who's been crocheting for years, but you can tell that it just made, and it's just these little bitty figures, like the tallest one's like this big and the little one's that big, of just these two little crocheted figurines kind of sitting there holding hands, and there's no letter with it. There's nothing else there, but that is just what you find inside of it.
So Ami's going to look at these little crocheted characters. She's going to hug them to her chest. And then she's going to kind of put them down, but she's going to take the paper and fold it up and kind of like a little sleeping bag. And then she's going to tuck them in so that they're safe. And then she's going to get in the bath and cry for a little bit.
All right. I will tell you this. It is a very nice bath. It is just one of those that you could tell it's just like it's a hot water bath. It's like I said, in a clawfoot tub. It smells nice. It smells very very floral like. And like I said, there's a series of different, you don't know where they came from. This does not feel like anything Charlie would keep in her home normally. Yeah. But there are like all different soaps and like hair stuff. And it looks like there's perfumes and oils outside and lotions for when you're done. This feels much more like someone let Astrid set up a bathroom than you could probably guess this instantly that this is this might be Charlie's setup, but you don't lean that way. And so you can kind of be there to take your bath. We don't need you to walk us through your bath.
Well, first I do one arm and then I do, no. And I think that this is like the first time she's really had to kind of like decompress and like let everything that happened with Voltaire like go. And so she's letting it go. And that's what she's doing kind of in the bath, that she's, cleaning up. She's also kind of like crying it out and releasing all of that.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes you've got to do that. It's okay to cry it out when one needs to. While Ami is up there kind of taking her bath, we will kind of bunk over City. What are you doing? You've been here. Granny T is here. She's already said hi. She's excited to see all you ladies. You have Charlie having a strange staring contest with this woman. I don't know what type of staring contest it is yet. I don't think we've decided. Everett's gone off to use the phone, and Ami is on her way upstairs with Astrid to take a bath.
City is going to do the one thing that every millennial absolutely loves doing, and that's making a phone call in person. A phone call to the guy that she is currently crushing on. Despite being a 37-year-old woman, she is still very nervous and she's just pacing. So she is like going to dial the number, and she's just pacing, and it just keeps going faster and faster and faster. And then as soon as the phone beeps, she's just going to be, "Hi, Mr. Julian Sterling, sir. I have to go to a dinner tonight, and I would love if you would be my accompaniment, or if you would accompany me. Would you like to go to a dinner with me? Ami has to go to a dinner. I need to go to a dinner with Ami, but I want you to be my date for it. What's your favorite color? What color should we wear? If you could just call me back, that would be greatly appreciated. Not even realizing if he actually answered the phone or if this is a answering machine.
After you kind of get all of that out, you'll say, howdy, Miss City. That was quite a bit of information quite quickly. What time, how long do I have to get ready? I'm just getting ready to wrap up work here. It'd be nice if I could go home and get cleaned up first. I could probably use a bit of a shave and a shower. And I don't per se think I have a favorite color. I'm used to if you take a lady out on a date, you kind of match what she's wearing. So do you know what color you're wearing tonight? And I could maybe find myself a nice flower or pocket square. Am I wearing a tuxedo, or is this just one of my suits, or what am I looking for here?
And City's just looking around. It's like, because honestly, the two people that would help her the most with this are Everett and Ami, and neither of them are here. So she's like, Grandma Tia.
Everett is there.
Oh.
She's just in a different part of the room, also on the phone at this point. And Granny Tia is there also. And I will say, I think you're able to tell the dresses that are out there, while they range in all different kind of styles, they're all like black tie to formal. They're not like, none of these are just like simple, like we're going out having some drinks. Like they're relatively, some are very opulent would be a word I would use even. And some of these dresses, they're all different arranged. But if you call Granny Tia over, she'll smile and go, "Oh, hi there." You little wave.
What time is dinner tonight? And Cindy just pulls open the wardrobe that hopefully Astrid or somebody gestures that is hers, and she's just going through all these dresses, and it's like, this one is, and she keeps forgetting that it's not a video call. She's like, this one's nice. I should probably describe. It's navy blue, very dark. It's got sparklies all over it. It's got sleeves, but they're very sheer sleeves. I'm not even sure Grandma T would let me wear something like this. Is that a slit?
Oh, no, dear. I helped make those, dear. I mean, your granny, I keep telling you, I was young once too, you know. I had to go out to some dinners when I was young. Who are you talking to, by the way? Who are you on the phone with over there?
Mr. Julian Sterling?
Oh, tell Mr. Sterling I said hi, and I really hope he's coming over for that hot pot soon. It'll be nice. We can all have a nice hot dish together. It'll be a nice tater tot one with the little hearts in it, like you like. And you hear Julian be like, Miss City, I apologize, ma'am. I can't see everything you're looking at. If you just want to let me know, are you going with that lovely dark navy one? I'm sure I could find a nice outfit that would go along with that as well. And Granny Tia goes, oh, and if I remember correctly, you're supposed to start arriving between 6 and 7 p.m. and dinner's to be served at about 7:30 sharp.
Yeah. I guess we go with navy. Navy blue is very a nice color. I think it would look very nice on you. It would go really well with your eyes. Yes. Did you want to meet me at the Charlie's Magic Shop, or I don't know where?
Yep, I can do that. What time would you like me to be there, Miss City? And I'll make sure that I get there.
No later than 5:30. I guess
5:30 it is. All right, I will be there. We got kind of here a second or two. All right, that I can do that. That gives me a little less than 2 hours to get myself fully ready and get home and get to the shop. So if you be ever so kind as to excuse me, I'm going to have to kind of hustle my bustle on out of here, as they say, and get myself ready as fast as I can.
Oh, no worries. But all the worries, but no worries. I will see you then. Super. Bye. Right. And she just hangs up and she just drops her phone because she's like shaking. It's like, because crushes. And
Granny Tia just looks at you and goes, "Oh dear, I think your innocence is so sweet, but every now and again, it's okay to have a bit of a nice strong stance on things. And if you want a gentleman to come pick you up, you sometimes just got to say, hey, listen there, Mr. Julian Sterling, you need to be on here at 5:30. You need to be looking nice and you need to be in formal attire. And I expect you to bring me some gosh darn flowers when you show up. Otherwise, there's no point in coming at all. And you don't need to be chasing him. He needs to be chasing you. Now, we've talked about this. You got to make sure that, make them come to you. You don't need to go to them. And if they're not coming to you in the way you want them to, then you need to send them on away from you. That's how you ended up with who. You let them. You just can't be doing that stuff. You got to make sure you stand strong and remember that you're a beautiful woman who is strong and smart and intelligent and doesn't need a man to run her life or tell her what to do. So don't be chasing him. Make him chase you, especially around that dance floor tonight. I hear there's lots of dancing at these things. So make him go on ahead and he can lead if you want, but make sure that he gets you out there and treats you well and gets you home safe, or else I'll have to have a talk with him.
Yes, Grandma Tia.
Well, you picked your dress, and she's going to kind of lean and whisper in your ear and be like, I'm not sure. Is your friend Charlie over there, trying to make sweet eyes at that woman, or is she trying to glare at her? I don't know what's wrong with her face. Do you think she has to go to the bathroom?
I think she's trying to assert dominance in her shop. Possibly. I don't know if it's working, but she's trying.
And Tia just kind of chuckles lightly in your ear and goes, oh, that would be something hilarious to try and see Charlie do with that one. I think that'll be a fun one to see. And we're going to bonk over to Everett, who went to make a call, because I'm trying to decide how the stare-off's going, and I don't think Trekkie's figured out what type of stare-off she's having yet, and we're going to find out soon. Who are you calling? Are you calling Leland or Liam? Because they ended up with similar names. Not by choice. Liam. Right?
Yes, I'm going to call Liam. So I have a couple of above table questions really fast. So last time when we were describing Athena, she mentioned that we know some of her family, and you said that she kind of gave off a power that I recognized. Is Everett able to connect the dots that she is Liam's sister?
Ooh, I don't know if family. He's never quite mentioned that he has family that you know of, because you don't remember Liam.
Yes.
You can roll history or Arcana or something like that, kind of see what Everett's able to pick up. Yeah.
That's going to be a 13 history. Or Arcana, they're the same.
6 of 1. Okay, I'll give you both. I'll give you kind of the same level from both of them. I would say that you were able to pick up that this woman feels very powerful, which does also remind you of Liam, but you're not a magic person as much as others are. So I don't know if you could be same magic. Yeah. As far as you know, she doesn't exactly look like Liam, but she does carry herself very similar with an air of confidence that I fully control whatever room I'm in. So I can't say that you would be they're siblings, because you know that above table. I can't say you go there, but if you were thinking about something, you might, you know what I mean? You might just kind of be well, it's similar-ish, but I wouldn't say that a 13 gives you a 100%, and history-wise, you've never met her before. You do know, I will say history-wise, you do know from Astrid's kind of babbling and talking that Astrid does that that she is from the Fey Wilds and from the Fey Court. You are fully aware that this woman is Fey. I don't know what you do or don't do with that, but that is something that you are at least aware enough to remember that you currently are in a relatively small space with someone who's powerful enough to be on the Fey Court. I don't know how much Everett knows about the Fey Court with the 13, but you've probably heard about it and probably know that the Fey Court is semi-volatile, depending on what part you're in or what part you're not in. And there's a lot of power that is involved in that place. I think you would know at least that much, right? You might not know much about the Fey Wilds, but I think anyone kind of that's surface knowledge, you would at least probably know that with your memory, or Jack's heard people talk about it at the Wellerman, and it's where Brahms accidentally drank with the Fey one time and won a poker hand he shouldn't have or something like that, So,
Okay.
but yes.
Perfect. All right. So yeah, she will call Liam.
I think he answers on the third ring. He just kind of answers and goes, right. Hello. How are you, Everett?
Oh, hello, darling. I am just calling to report in that we managed to recover what our mutual friend, Professor Leland, sent us to retrieve for him. I wasn't sure what the next steps were in that regard. Also, how are you? I'm just delightful.
Are you honestly trying to say you're delightful, or are you trying to deceive him right now? I just need to know above table what one we're doing here. Like, which one are you trying to pull off on this conversation?
I don't think she's trying to be deceitful. I think she says it like a little bit of sarcasm, just in like a delightful, like, I just went through hell. I'm just peachy.
He'll chuckle a little bit and be like, right. I'm sure everything's been lovely for you. Mm-hmm. I'm sure the college was great. City told me all about it. She had a wonderful time while she was there. Also, you did leave Leland's hand behind, which is a bit of a whoopsie daisy. Thought maybe you wouldn't do that, but that's all right. Leland should be there any day. I mean, any moment. Oh, that's my bad. He'll be there any moment to kind of collect some items from you. I would recommend not going over all the details with him, with the lady who's in there joining you. And I don't mean Granny Tia. She's not fans of all of you. However, now that everything's been moved to the shop, I will be there promptly. From what I understand, City violently told Julie and Sterling to be there at 5:30 to pick her up, so our date time has changed, and I will be getting you at 5:30 as well. Please shower or bathe. None of you look nice. You all look dirty. You're going to a noble's party. Do you really want to go there and have all of them deal with you like this? Do you think I don't know what's going on?
She bites her tongue because she just wants to say, do you think I'm an idiot?
To the guy who has full telepathy.
That said, she bites her tongue, but she was just caught off guard of like, okay, wow, I don't know why I called to report in if apparently you don't need me to talk to you. You just know everything all the way, always. So, okay. Lovely talking to you. See you soon. And she hangs up.
I was going to say, you can still hang up and stuff, but will you roll, you could try and investigate it, because I know you love that one, so I'll give it to you, but it's kind of like getting a read on someone through the phone is what you're trying to do.
Ooh. Well, one of those was natural 1. The other one was a 9, so that is going to be a 17.
I still think pretty hard to read, but with a 17, I'll give you that he does seem more like he wanted to not talk, if that makes anything. It kind of read like a conversation, because typically he's very nice to Everett.
That's why she's confused.
So you would probably be able to pick up that like he didn't want to be on the phone in that moment for whatever reason. So he just kind of was trying to get, I think you would at least kind of get that. So excellent. So you have reported in. So now we're going to jump over, because you'll be able to get and look at outfits in just a second. But while all of this is happening, Charlie is making eyes with a woman who is smoking and drinking a martini that you have no idea where it came from, but it is in a very nice martini glass. It is crystal. And she is just staring right back at you with like kind of a half-cocked grin on her face. It would be maybe the way to think about it, just leaning on your counter with one of these.
I think like after the, question that she asked earlier, I think for her, she's clocking like the conversations that are happening, with the other two, like, obviously doesn't hear everything. I could tell like City's all worked up and Everett's off making that call, who she fucking hates him. And for her, it's more about information, because it's like, I'm very curious about how you knew to send Astrid, and how you knew that Volty died, and what's going on, and what do you know about my mother? Because it seems like you have a lot of information and we know nothing that is going on. We were tossed into this for some reason. What do you know is really what I want to know. And it's not me being rude. It's just I just want to know, because this is out of control. These last few days have just been insane.
She kind of sits her drink down and moves her hand, and her little cigarette and the filter and thing just disappear. She sits her drink down on the counter and just kind of saunters a little closer and leans over in your ear, very closely to your ear, and goes, "Right, darling. And what exactly would you give to learn what I know? You seem quite curious, Charlie, and I like that about a woman."
What do you have in mind?
Just like that, you're willing to take anything from someone that you don't even know. Are you that desperate to learn about your mother?
Did I say that? I said, what do you have in mind? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be someone else. It could be from me. Whatever deal you are thinking.
I will never understand why your kind is always so excited to just take deals with people. You do them all so quickly and they're so easy to give out. But you're right. Let's make this a little more formal. And she snaps her fingers. And the two of you are no longer in your magic shop. You are now sitting in a very lovely place. It is quite relaxing. You feel like you are inside a very kind of 1920s jazz club. And she's once again in more kind of a jazz style outfit that looks a bit like a jazz singer. And on the stage, I don't know if this is anything Charlie's seen before. On the stage, there's a band playing, kind of like a jazz band. There's a woman who's kind of singing some almost jazz blues that's up there. And there's a pianist playing, and you see kind of cocktail waitresses walking around, and it feels like it's a really full place, but it almost seems like no one can hear or see you in here. It seems like this is what's just playing on, and it's just the two of you. And she's just why don't you tell me about yourself, Charlie? I feel like nobody ever asks you questions. And you're also not very willing to share. So tell me about you, or else I won't know what I have in mind.
You are right. I am not very willing to share with a lot of people. I mean, I haven't even talked to the ladies, and it's been 5 years. So, I mean, what kind of questions do you want? What kind of answers do you want? My mother was a crazy person who did some bad things, and I don't even know the full extent.
What do you know about your mother, Charlie?
Not a whole lot. I mean, she was not a very good mother. She was someone who wasn't very kind to a lot of people. Well, mostly to me, but she put on a face for her customers, and that's why she was good at business. Her life was business, but not family.
I really think you probably would benefit if you ever had conversations with any of the women you've spent 5 years in therapy with, is most of them have very similar relationships with their own family members. You would all know this if you ever just spoke with each other. Women should build each other up, darling. They shouldn't put each other down. And when we don't support and hear each other and talk to one another, are we not putting each other down inadvertently? It makes me quite sad.
I mean, I think it's more about trust than not wanting to build each other up. It takes a lot for me to trust people.
Do you not trust the women you go around with, Charlie?
I think I trust them to an extent. I mean, obviously, I trust them with my life, especially after the last few days of the crazy. But, I mean, you must understand, like, we were just in therapy together. That's all we did. There wasn't any crossover outside of that. And so, and now that I've seen what they are more capable of and their protective instincts, yes, I am quite more trusting. But that doesn't mean I'm going to go away and give my secrets right away.
I think she just kind of smiles at you, and it's a very pleasant smile. Like, she feels comfortable to be around and quite nice. And she kind of smiles and she starts to, you're sitting like at a round table, kind of chair side by side, if that makes sense, right? Like, you're not across the table. You're like, if there were 4 chairs, you're in chairs close together. She kind of leans forward on her arm and leans close to almost at the level to where it's like crossing boundaries of being too close, but just right there. And she smiles at you and gives you like a genuine sweet smile and says, "And what, Charlie, do I have to do to earn your trust?"
I mean, I don't know. I guess don't lie to me. It seems like a lot of people in my life have been lying to me. And that is something that is always kind of irksome, especially with my mother, because obviously I didn't know everything that went on with her. So trust and correct information, I think.
Are you upset that you've learned that most of your companions have lied to you?
I don't think upset's the word. I think it's more about being more guarded. And I mean, like I just said, it took me 5 years to even say any secrets. So, not upset, just working through it.
Do you perhaps wonder if maybe they didn't say anything to you because you wouldn't open up to them by chance? Do you think maybe being the ever-guarded wizard who won't talk to people makes you unapproachable? I don't find you unapproachable, Charlie. I'm just wondering what you think the others feel.
I mean, I haven't really asked them because, you know, in a way, I mostly think about the people who I do trust. And so I don't, in terms, really think about the people who I see once a week until now. Because they are becoming more important to me. I care, but I care to an extent.
And I have just a few more questions, darling. Who do you trust besides yourself?
Well, that's a good question because I thought it was Morty, but turns out he has been lying to me as well. I do still trust him, but it is something that I am going to have to work through. So for right now, myself.
And what if I told you that Morty wasn't able to tell you until just recently?
Well, that is a very interesting piece of information, and I think, to me, that strikes me that maybe there was some type of magic going on.
Darling, your mother killed him hundreds of years ago and locked him in an attic. Do you not believe there was some magic going on there? What do you know about your mother, Charlie?
I mean, at this point, I don't know. Nothing, I guess. She was a mean old bitch, but that's it. And she was nice to other people.
Was she nice to other people, though, darling? Or was she just playing her cards right? Because I wonder how much I can trust you. And you might not realize this, but you remind me a lot of your mother. I knew her for quite some time. And your mother was very similar, that she refused to trust people because only she could do it right. And only she knew what was going on. And only she could figure it out. And if she wasn't thinking it was correct, everybody else was wrong. That caused some issues for your mother and led her down a path that was unexpected for many of us. I'm going to give you a gift now, Charlie, and you can decide whether or not it earns you trust in me. And then after that, I have to disappear for a little bit because someone's going to be stopping by your shop who will get quite upset if I'm there. Don't let it be mean to Astrid, as she doesn't deserve it. I didn't send Astrid as much as Astrid volunteered because as I told, DM correction, as Astrid told you, she had met Volti when I had sent her to investigate your mother's shop. When she and Volti met, they built a friendship, and the promise she made to Volti is the truth. I just happened to find a wonderful opportunity to insert her and myself into your life after Volti passed because I believe in the long run, you're going to help me with a very big fucking problem. And she leans just close and gives you a kiss on the cheek and just kind of pulls back and goes, I do hope after you get this present, it will be worth it, dear. And she just like lightly touches your face and then you're right back at the magic store. And she's gone. But for Everett and City, you see something really weird because Charlie just hits the fucking floor and starts having what looks like a seizure, like instantaneously in front of you. Perfect. City, I know you're trying on dresses, and Ami, you would hear this in the bathtub. It is loud. Not that like Charlie's a big person, but Charlie just went straight down. Charlie, I don't even know if anyone noticed as much that she disappeared because in real time, this was more like a second, like it was a quick thing. So it kind of looked like someone like reached out and touched Charlie's face, and then Charlie has hit the ground, and Charlie has kind of gone into, the best way I can describe it, what looks like a seizure to everyone.
City's bolting over. She's like half dressed. Her bra is hanging out there, and she's just bolting over to try and help.
Yeah, Everett's over there clearing stuff out of the way.
All right, perfect. City, you can take an inspiration for the party tit, is what I've decided. Since your bra's coming out, the party tit's out right now, running over. Ami, go ahead.
Can't compete with that. So as Ami hears it, she's mostly through her tabulations, as they say, is like freaking out, like thinking what else is happening downstairs, throws on a towel quick and heads downstairs to check it out.
Perfect. I will tell you all, you can roll minus Charlie. Charlie, you can't roll anything. Sorry, you're in the throes of this. But for the others, Ami comes flying down, and I'm assuming it's like a nice bathrobe. Like it's Astrid. Like, you know that she somehow has like, and I'm not talking like the cheap bathrobes that you get at like a Holiday Inn hotel. I'm talking like if you've ever been to like a Four Seasons or like a Westin or just something like, there's richer places to stay than that, but I ain't ever stayed at them, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. They have some nice fluffy robes you can get there. And so I feel like everyone had a fluffy robe and stuff. And I think that as you kind of fly down, like you also like Astrid is kind of joined and is kind of just trying to clear things out and make sure like Charlie's on her side and is just like, oh me, wait, nope, that's Tia. Shit, fuck me. Right. Sometimes this happens every now and again. And I haven't yet figured out much that can be done besides just kind of let it ride out. It shouldn't hurt her in the long run, I don't think. Not that I remember. But it just kind of, these things sometimes occur. But you can all roll like medicine. I guess you could try and insight it. You could try and investigate it. I don't know what you're investigating, but you could try it because I don't want to take away Everett's investigation. Don't forget an advantage on the roll.
I always have advantage on investigation, so...
Well, for fuck's sake, roll the next one. Shodan, one day we will get Everett to use the advantage that you've gotten for Everett, okay?
My medicine check is a nat 22.
I'm going to say this one final time. There is no such thing as a nat 22. There is no such thing as a nat 25. There is a nat 20.
It brings me joy. Okay, it's a nat 20 plus 2. So naturally it becomes a 22.
I just got a 17.
Well, it beats my medicine check of 8.
You know, I always reward you guys with something extra for nat 20s. I feel like the nat 22s and the nat 25s are going to come with something a little extra special. Sassy, you can take an inspiration for that though, but we're just going to think of something a little extra special for that natural 22 that you got there. Medicine check. Holy fuck city, you've never seen anything like this before. Charlie, as far as you know, is not epileptic. Why is she having such a seizure? This doesn't look right. You also, even with an 8, you're pretty sure there's some blood coming out of her nose and her right ear, which seems pretty aggressive. That's terrifying. Everett, with the 17, you're able to look around. You don't necessarily know on the medicine thing, but you do know that Astrid isn't bullshitting you. You can kind of tell that this is something that Astrid has seen before, and she's not lying about that in any way, shape, or form. She is honestly saying that this happens and people are okay afterwards. Sassy, I don't remember what you rolled, what stat you used at this point. Medicine. I know what number it was.
Medicine.
Okay. You were able to see that while, yes, there is some kind of blood coming out and stuff like that. You've never seen anything like this medically, but you would maybe have the theory that Charlie isn't home right now, if that makes sense. And Charlie being in 2 places at once makes things a little bit awkward for her. And don't worry, I haven't forgot about the natural 22.
Do you think it's kind of in my brain, since I'm half elf, I know about how elves will they don't sleep. They have that little astral.
Like a trance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that trance that they go into. Do you think I would equate that?
I don't know if you would equate it to she's trancing. I would think with your medicine check, you didn't look at this from Arcana, but you literally look at this that Charlie's body is here physically. Charlie is not physically here right now.
Okay.
And so while Charlie is physically here, she is also somewhere different. And that can't be normal for a body to go through, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking of it more like that. Imagine we'll throw it to Eladrin, who have their steps that they can do, right? They can phase step away, or Shatterkai have blessings where they can move. Charlie is basically doing something like that, where she's physically, her body is in the process of being in 2 places, because I kind of think you're in one and then you appear in the other. You're thinking astral elves, that's a starlight step, they call it, where you kind of go. Only Charlie doesn't do that. So her body is here, but she's somewhere different. And you would think with that, your best guess is what Astrid said, is to just kind of write it out and let it happen. Because also with medicine, it seems like Astrid has seen this before. And it does seem like a write it out, let it happen. And then you can all, with what you rolled, even with the 8, you can hear Granny T in the background, doing the very midwife thing. She's getting towels wet and stuff like that, and kind of getting prepared and getting food ready, because everybody needs food after having a big incident, medically. A lot of times food is quite helpful afterwards, right? So she's kind of getting stuff ready to go. And also especially I would say for Ami with the medical check, Granny Tia seems way familiar with this, medically. She seems like she knows what the fuck she's doing, which might be a little weird. I think even Everett might notice, with the 17, it does seem like Astrid and both Granny Tia are just got it, know this, this isn't weird. This happens. This is normal. For all of you, this is not normal. For the 2 of them, it's just this is another Tuesday, labor and delivery type of thing. We've seen it all. We don't care. I'm not saying Charlie's having a baby. Please don't take it that way. But I'm trying to think of when someone goes in and they're having their first kid and they're is this normal? And the labor and delivery nurses are yeah, you're the 18th one this week. It's not, you know what I mean? For all of you, you're a first time mom. For Granny Tia and Astrid, they've been doing this for years, and they're just no, this is fine. Don't worry about it. So for Charlie, you are in a place that feels very strange. It does not feel like this interesting kind of club you were just at. This doesn't feel relaxing, but you are at a place that you don't know if this is what time this is exactly, like date. I don't mean like time of day. You don't know this date exactly, but you see a young woman who looks a lot like you in an argument with two people that you have not seen before. You don't know who they are. You will not be able to roll to figure out who they are because I don't think anyone has the stats to make this roll. You are aware that one of the women that is there, like even through this, feels a level of powerful that is like nothing you could ever imagine. And she is there and she is at a table and they're kind of all there together and you can't hear what they're saying, but you can see that they're having an argument and it is very heated and it is an insanely heated argument. And the woman who kind of seems, I'm going to say she seems older, but one weird thing about a lot of races in D&D is they can be thousands of years old and look like they're 20, right? And so I want you to know that you could still pick up that there's a woman who kind of seems older than all of them, but she still looks very young. She's very ethereal. She is very beautiful. And that seems to be the one who looks like you is pleading her case with, but it's kind of broken down into an argument. And there's another person there who reminds you somewhat of the woman you were just in the place with, of this Athena, but it's not her, but it just kind of like in a way, like you could almost think like familial or something like that, but it's not her. And you know that the woman at the table that she's arguing with is also not Athena either. Like, you know this, but the side woman kind of gives you a bit of an impression that maybe there's some relation there. And you see lots of hands being kind of thrown and like lots of arguments happening and stuff like that, but you never hear anything that's said. And as the woman who kind of looks like you turns to storm out of the room, which basically like walks through you, which you've now felt probably what ghosts feel like when someone walks through them. It like you feel like someone's like walked over your grave thing. It is a chill. You are able to notice that while this woman looks a lot like you, she looks a lot different than you expected. She doesn't quite look exactly like you. Like you can pick up that she looks very familiar, like to you, very much like you. But at the same time, she's a lot more elven and she's a lot more kind of chaotic in her elvish way and a lot more, one might say, fey looking in a way. And she kind of walks through and you see her storm out this door and the door kind of slam behind her. And then you are just like smacked right back in your body. And as you open your eyes, you see a very concerned Everett. You see an Ami in a nice bathrobe who's taking a bath. You see City. I went there. Sorry. I was going to say Party Tit City, but I'm just going to say because she said she's got Braun one out, one in. She's trying to help. And you are able to see that like Astrid and Granny Tia have already, it looks like, because you're on the floor, like leaning the way Astrid and Granny Tia are. They've already kind of set up like a little chair that Charlie can be put in for the rest of you with some food and stuff. Because I don't think City took the time to finish trying to get dressed. She just said, screw it, I'm going, bra out. So she's ready to go. And I will not take that back. I have no issues with what I said. You're all welcome. And you're kind of able to do that for the rest of you with what Ami rolled and stuff. Charlie looks fine. She looks like she could probably use a snack. Maybe like after giving blood, like she looks like she could maybe have a little sugar and stuff like that. The blood that came out is just a little like drip and everything like that. But besides that, she looks just back to normal. Back to Charlie, who probably looks pissed off.
Oh, what the fuck happened, y'all? Oh my gosh. Did I fall or something? What? Oh my Lord.
I mean, you tell us. You just hit the ground. Astrid, you said this happens?
Oh, yeah, that happens every now and again. If you're in two places at one time and one of the places, or even just in general, if you go to a place you're not supposed to be at, your body doesn't like it. And Charlie's body did not like where she went.
You went somewhere?
She did.
Yeah, I went to 2 places. Yeah. I had a conversation with Astrid's mistress, and then
Her name's Athena. She's real nice. It's Athena. Yeah, you don't have to call her my mistress. That makes your friend Ami think that we're doing something like that we're not doing. Don't get me wrong. She does prefer women in that sense, but she and I, that's more like my mentor. So please don't think of it that way. And I don't want y'all thinking that like I'm sleeping my way through the court, because I am not. I have better standards than that. Okay. Thank you. Anyways, her name's Athena. You can call her that.
I wasn't thinking that, but all right. Thank you for the clarification. Athena, yes. I had a conversation with her that, was something. And then I ended up at this separate place afterwards, and I don't really know what to make of that. And you said I just like fell over, and I'm so sorry. City, you might want to, cover up.
City sees that Ami's out of the bath and is like, dibs on the bath, and she just throws the dress off and just she's running through.
I gotta get something out of there quick. And Ami all run right after her because screaming, I gotta get something out of there quick.
So as they're both running, I just want you all to know, Charlie, you had the opportunity to say, City, you need to put away your titty, and you didn't take it. And I'm just really sad that you didn't. That was low-hanging fruit. And you know what?
My mod senses were tinkling.
You're not a mod.
They were tinkling.
You're tinkling, eh? Okay.
Calm your titties. There you go.
Ah, there it is.
It's called canon. That is canon now. She tinkles when she goes into mod mode.
Don't tell me what to do with my titties.
Don't tell me what to do, and don't tell City what to do with hers, okay? Let her do what she wants with. Anyways,
out for her.
Moving on.
You two can run upstairs. So Everett, I guess, can stay and have this. Astrid goes, Everett, if you'll just help her to the chair. Tia's already got stuff set up. I'll be right back. And somehow, as the two of them end up upstairs, I don't know who gets to the bathroom first. You appear, and Astrid is in there, like the tub is drained, and she's like refilled the tub, and like new things are put out, and she's like, hi ladies, if you could stop doing that. It takes a lot out of me to like get places that quickly. So, nothing was going to get stolen out of here. I don't know why you're fighting over a tub. It doesn't matter. I got to go downstairs now, and I'm going to help your friend Charlie, who just had a moment, and y'all just ran to the bathroom. There's another bathroom you could have pottied in, by the way. Anyways, I gotta go. And then so it's now set up and redone. Like towels are refolded. There's a robe again. The tub's full, and Astrid just disappears. And then Everett, as you're like in the process of helping Charlie over to the chair, Astrid comes back and she's like, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't want them to get in a dirty bathroom. Anyways, there's some food. Here you go.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't think I need food right now, but thank you.
You need to eat. Trust me.
Eat a cracker.
Oh no, honey, you really do. I brought you all different stuff. Have some juice. Trust me, you're gonna need it. After something like that, your body's gonna get real tired real fast. And if you don't get your sugar up, you're gonna crash real hard, and you're not gonna make the party tonight. And that would just be really disappointing, mostly for Ami, I think, because I'm pretty sure from what Astrid told me, Ami said, you're all going to go and you're all going to hate it, but you're all going to show up anyways. Please eat the cruller. I made them fresh this morning. They're still really nice.
It would be very disappointing that I miss it. Yes. I mean, all right.
Shoves a cruller in your mouth.
For the best. You do start, one thing you notice right off the bat, Charlie, is as you're eating this cruller that was shoved in your mouth by Everett, you do start feeling a little bit better. You didn't realize that you were kind of lightheaded and dizzy because you don't necessarily remember that Everett just kind of walked you about 20 feet away from where you were on the ground and put you in a chair. You were just kind of there talking, and now you're in a chair being fed crullers. And so you are starting to feel better. Perhaps not, like, you don't feel like, I don't want you to think you took wounds or anything like that, but you did have a weird thing happen that you don't know where the first trip you took to the little jazz bar, totally normal. The second one, that didn't feel normal at all. And so it does seem like sugar's helping a little bit, at least. So that's nice. So you do feel a little bit more, like, less shaky. I think of, like, if you forget to eat, like you're really busy at work and you're like, oh crap, I haven't eaten. And all of a sudden you're like, my head hurts, my hands are shaking, maybe I'll pass out. You were feeling that, and now that's kind of subsiding. Maybe you were hangry.
Yeah, Charlie hangry. Yep, that's probably it. Okay. So I think once she finishes the cruller that was shoved in her mouth forcefully, I think she would just tell Everett, she would just be like, it was a weird experience, and I'm sure it's something that we're going to have to dissect. I asked things about my mother, and then I was given a gift, and I don't really know what that gift was. I think maybe it was that second place, but I don't really know much. It was weird.
Well, we don't have to figure anything out about it right this second, so you can marinade on it, I guess. These are very good crullers, by the way, Granny Tia. Other than that, are you all right?
Am I all right is a question, and we don't have time
Relatively.
to answer that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine. We'll be fine. I think we just got to focus on tonight and all the madness that's going to come with it, because we don't know what's happening. Who were you on the call with earlier? I mean, it seemed important.
Is Athena gone then? Did she leave? Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Theater of the mind and all.
As far as you know.
Great.
I got you.
Oh, it was Liam. I called Mr. Hudson to let him know, and he said that Professor Leland and himself would be here soon.
Well, that's good to know. So then he doesn't, sneak any more messages to City unannounced. But, so we can also say that we completed the mission that he wanted. Anyways, I guess we gotta start getting ready for this party and support City.
You mean Army?
Army?
It's all right. You just went through something.
Yeah.
But yes, we'll support both of them. Also, Liam is my date for this evening, so he's also here to pick me up. Yes.
I'm not his biggest fan, but
I know.
Everyone knows that.
Yes, it's your. Yeah. You have no poker face, darling. I love you, but
yeah,
we should work on that.
Do I really want to, though, at this point? Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Just kind of like pat you on the cheek a little bit and then stand up and be like, would you like to look through these dresses with me, I guess?
Sure. I
Sure.
don't know how much of a dress person I am. I am leaning more towards a suit. We'll see.
Oh, we can get those for you. We had a whole bunch. Each one of you has like your own options. We just kind of figured what you would like. Astrid was actually really helpful with that. She had a good way of knowing, and then Athena helped as well. They kind of had an idea of thoughts that everybody would like. But go and look through. You each have your sections. See what you want, and you do. You each kind of, just like City was able to go find hers. I'm sure Ami's kind of made it back downstairs around this point, and the three of you are able to pick out an outfit out of these just like wardrobe size things. That they've kind of brought in, that are hanging all different outfits that kind of fit everyone's whatever attire that you are kind of viewing. And to save you all the bathroom fights, everyone will be able to get a bath and get cleaned up and get in their preferred outfits prior to going to this. And so what will happen is we as a group will take a break and we'll kind of come back in 10 minutes because you'll all have time to get ready and everything. And the weirdest thing happens as soon as you are ready, there is a very fast knock on the front door. It is a rapping that is pretty quick of someone like just knock, 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 knock. And Astrid will just be like, oh, did you want me to get that? Part of my job if you'd like.
I'm sure. That'd be great. It sounds important.
Oh, okay. And Astrid will run over there and you will all have time to describe your outfits, please. I won't take that from you. We'll just do it in the next one before we get to the party. Astrid kind of goes over there and opens the door and you are all able to see kind of from leaning out or looking around Professor Leland Shortson, very much looking like Gandalf from when he goes back to Frodo after doing his research with the, is it secret? Is it safe? And kind of goes, did you find it? I need those notes right away. And Astrid's like, I don't know who you are, sir, but could you introduce yourself? It's real rude to just show up at someone's store.
Astrid, he's here for us. He's here for us. Thank you so much. You're so helpful. You're doing wonderfully.
You should have told him the code words. Those are things he needs to know if you knew the code words. Because if you look up and like she points up and everyone sees Sir Wentworth Biggleton III ready to swoop. And Charlie, you see not just that, but you see a Nothig on each side of Sir Wentworth Biggleton, just like claws out, ready to dive bomb Leland. And she's like, I'm just saying, sometimes you got to warn people because every now and again, people sneak in and you have to use lightning. That's all I'm saying. And that is where...
How Everett's just questioning the security of a secret code word that they have to give to everybody who enters the store. But she's not going to say anything. She's just going to look at Professor Leland and say, yes, we did.
And he'll kind of rush in a little bit and like look at Astrid and give her like a little like shy smile. And she's like, I'm real sorry, honey. I was just told very specifically that we have to use the code words. Otherwise we have to... You know what I mean? Charlie has very serious security at her store and he kind of looks like really uncomfortable by that. And he's like, okay, I need to get the book and make sure everything's still there. And Asher just kind of closes the door and just looks happy as a clam and jam. She's just having a great time because she's doing what she was told. Yep, and she'll kind of look around and be like, all right, everyone. Well, you better hurry up and pass this on because according to my time, you've only got about 15 more minutes till all your dates are here. Well, those of you who are taking dates with you, so two of you aren't taking dates with you. One of you's meeting a date there. And one of you, who knows who you'll run into tonight, you might run into someone else who finds you special.
Thank you for tuning into Good Plans, Bad Dice. This series stars Sassy Pants as Ametria, Ami, Bella Chathorn, Mossgrove, Squishy Werewolf as Obsidian City Schmidt, Trekkie for Life 01 as Charlie Blackwood, Weird Is All I've Got as Everett, and Lurking Sam as the Dungeon Master. Good Plans, Bad Dice would like to thank Squishy Werewolf for the artwork. Our music is provided by No Copyright Songs. The track is Help Me, Help You by Shia Maisel and Clarks and can be found at ncs.io or at their NCS YouTube channel. Thank you again for listening. Be sure to check us out live on Twitch Friday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time or on video on demand after the live broadcast.